Good evening, everybody. It is Friday night, my friends, and I'm back. And as I have mentioned on a couple previous streams, we're gonna forego the coding stuff this week because there's a lot of demos to go through still, and that I'd like to play on stream for you guys. So that's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do tonight. I have a couple of them lined up right now, and hopefully, relatively speaking, ready to go. So let's go and see if I can. Let me get my ears on here and see if I can get us started here. Welcome on in, everybody. Welcome. Hope everyone is doing well. Hope you're all healthy and happy and all those things. Kick a butt, taking names, getting things done. Hopefully, excited for a weekend. my weekend started a little early. I took off today, but it's hopefully everyone else is getting their weekend groove on, getting ready to just going into recharge mode, or however that looks like for you, whether it's going out and being around people or crawling into the deepest, darkest hole you can find, which is more my speed, as it were. All right, my friends. We're going to start off tonight with a game called 14 Overmind. And let me see let's just get this up on the screen here first before we go through our stuff here. Our stuff and our things, as we do. Let's go for a moment. And let's see, where's that on the audio? I think we'll be okay with the audio. I think we'll be okay for now with the audio. Anyway. Alrighty then. Oh yeah, my friends, jumping right into it here. This is called 14 Overmind. It is by Next Genium, and it is just listed as coming soon. It's looks like an early prototype demo for a game. This is very much in the spirit of if you've ever played Astromedica. And games kind of like that, the whole Subnautica in space kind of vibe going on. This is definitely in that genre. They're definitely trying to capture that similar vibe, which I'm cool with. There's been a couple of games that have tried to do this. Astromedica being the one that jumps out at in my own mind as the more recent one, and they're pretty good. They're all, as with any like sandbox open world survival thing, they tend to start out slow and then kind of introduce you to all the mechanics and stuff. This is definitely no stranger to that. I've played a little bit of this off camera just to see if everything was kind of working all right, because a lot of times you see something like this and it's like, oh, is this going to be like, how early is this prototype and stuff? Is it functional? Is it non-functional? And this one so far, for the 20 minutes I played of it, has been pretty functional from what I've seen. It's not without its jank and it's not without its flaws, certainly. But for an early start, it's seemed to be pretty together. There is and this is something that comes up a lot, especially it's going to be coming up even more so with early demos and stuff. There is some AI art in here. I believe even this screen is potentially some kind of AI art thing, and AI assets. And for a demo, I feel like that's acceptable, because for something like this, depending on how far along the demo is, it's whether or not it's acceptable or not. Like something like this is clearly very early on. It's I believe, either a two-person dev team or a solo dev team. I've got so many dev teams in my head right now. I'm not sure. I'm thinking this is potentially solo dev. Um, so, for like an early stab at things, with the knowledge that, that they're going to replace, these are placeholders mostly, and this is not the final art and all that stuff. I can kind of overlook a lot of that. But yeah, it is something to note, and it does sour the experience, when you're looking at a demo and stuff, because you don't really know, if the assets that you're looking at are going to be final or not, or if the final versions of the assets are going to be significantly different, that they will have a human, be obvious to have a human hand in them. So I don't know. This is kind of where we're at. It's a balancing act, and I'm trying to give the benefit of the doubt, wherever I can, and I'm trying to, whenever possible, encourage and highlight, projects that I think are really cool. Um, I'll tell you, having done a lot of these demos, a lot of Steam Next Fest demos, there are far more of them that never end up becoming full products than there are ones that we've, like, I would say probably maybe 60% of the demos that I've covered in these Steam Next Fest demo weeks, never actually get past the demo phase. They either die out completely because, deving is harder than most people realize, or they get released, but they're in such a broken, sorry state that they just kind of fall into obscurity, or a completely unfinished state that they just kind of fall into obscurity. So, I do this out of encouragement for things that I think are interesting, but also, kind of have to take everything with a grain of salt as we're looking at stuff. So anyway, not trying to put the jinx on anything, but that's just kind of how this goes. I see something like this. A lot of these things go into my mind when I see a game like this, because I'm like, it's clearly taking inspiration from other games in the genre. It hasn't really, yet anyway, that I've seen, introduced anything new to the genre, or twisted it a little bit. But it's so early on that I also can't really expect that either necessarily. So let's see. Let's jump in and see what it's all about. And I'm going to do a brand new game rather than continue the one I had, just so you can see it from the beginning. See what's going on. Plus, I've gone through the tutorials. This does have a lot of pop-up windows, a lot of pop-up tutorials. Again, I'm suspecting that some of that is not finalized, but yeah, it's, if you're a person that hates, like, when games pop up stuff in your face that you have to dismiss, you're gonna have some unpleasant times here. We're caught in a space-time anomaly. Command's out of reach, and no rescue is coming. Our only shot is to make it to Ryle Base. It's the one chance we've got. And Miner is your temporary refuge. And then here's the key commands. So let's go here. Do this. And then we got a tab for inventory and all that fun stuff, as we do. And Q and E to rotate around and things. Resource tank. everything out of that. And then everything out of there. And I think we have a cell to be charged here. Yeah, let's
start charging.
Charge that up. So that'll take a little bit of time while it's doing that. Also, there's a charger over here. I don't know why I went all the way over there. Anyway, here's our inventory with tab. You can shift to move all and all that stuff. So good stuff. There is some quality of life stuff here. This service station is probably one of those interesting quality of life things that I think is pretty good, where they've basically, where a lot of these games would have like a storage building and a assembler building and a recycler building and all these different things that had to work together. This right now in this game, they just kind of shoved all those together into one, and I think it works pretty well. Like it's just like, you know what, you can just do everything from here that you need to do, other than charging stuff up. And that's basically what this tutorial is talking about as far as crafting and all that stuff. So we're gonna come over here, and so right away we got the storage, so I can just kind of shift click to move things over to that. We got our assembler here, different stuff. Upgrades go through here, the analyzer, which we'll get into in a minute, and then recycler and stuff. Now the one thing that is a little bit difficult to navigate, I guess, when it came to like the tutorials and stuff, is they tell you here they want you, one of the tasks they want you to do is to collect 10 units of water, and that's for the oxygen station, right? And you can see there's water already here, which we can shift click in there to fill that up. And I'm going to turn on auto water refill as well. So as you put water into the miner, it'll automatically refill this, which is really nice. But the other thing here, let me see, move. I have to move that into storage. Let me do that over here. So resource tanks, you have this, so we can move these over directly into the storage of the miner here. So you do have two tools. Water extraction, as you see, is tool number 3 here, and number 2 is your sort of cutter tool. So we do that, and then what I was struggling with was trying to figure out how to collect the water, but apparently you just have to click on it. What was happening was it didn't, like, I couldn't figure out, like, do I do it from a distance? Do I go inside of it and all that stuff? So it could have used a little bit, slightly more tutorial there, I feel like, but you know, it still is. You'll figure it out. Probably figure it out a lot better than I figured it out. So let's put it that way. All right, we've done that. Now we have to craft a medicine kit, which I believe we need a couple components for. Now, one of the other things that this does, and this might just be because it's an early build and stuff, this does suffer from component fatigue, right? Which is, if I want to build this advanced component, I need all these resources, and I can't just say, as far as I know, I can't just say assemble this. I need to actually go through and assemble all the individual components in order to do it. But let's test this again, because it didn't seem like it worked last time I tried this. So that's one thing that kind of throws me off a little bit, because we have, these are available, so I can't test it with this, but I can assemble that, and then we'll try it with the next thing that they want me to do. So find a fragment with the blueprint near miner refuge. Okay. Pay attention to your indicators. Yeah, you have oxygen and power.
I recommend staying close to miner.
To worry about. Whoops.
Oxygen is low.
Grab that. I do kind of like the Superman pose you get when you use the mouse wheel. So you use the mouse wheel for acceleration, which is okay. I'm not going to necessarily say that's a bad thing. But it is a little bit, it's a little bit different, you know. But most of the time when you're in 0G, most games will just use whichever way you're facing this show, like to be able to just say like, okay, you're going to accelerate whichever way you're facing. And so it just takes a little bit of adjustment to get used to that. Where's the am I losing my mind? Oh, I'm on the ceiling. It's like, am I losing my mind? Did I just where did the service station stuff go? Okay. So this is, so they do have icons here, which is really nice to show you like these are things that can be recycled, and these are components with the wrench, which I really appreciate, because it means I don't have to think about like, well, is this something I need to hold on to? Is it something I need to disassemble? Like it just tells you right there, and then it automatically just starts recycling as soon as you drop them in there, so you don't have to futz with it too much, which is really good. Let's go grab some more things. Now, what they don't really explain too much is there are little O2 areas here, out here, which again is something we saw in like games like this. And what's hard to tell though is how, like, what area of influence, and some of the feedback on, you know, on Steam have said this, like, it's sometimes hard to tell what area you need to be in to get the oxygen for. Like, there's a range that you need to get close to. I mean, putting your face right up against it always works, so it's not like that big a deal, but it would be nice to kind of see, have that be a little bit more obvious. Something else too is that there are gravitational distortions, which you can kind of see here, like that one. And again, it's a little bit difficult to tell like when you're going to be in the danger zone versus when you're not with that. Let's go grab that thing they want me to grab. One thing, I do tend to get really disoriented out in space, so while that is also realistic, that might be something they want to like maybe give you a key binding or something to that would automatically sort of reorient you a certain way, or not like spin you towards something, but kind of reorient, you know, your, I guess, your Y coordinate. So at least when I do that and I spin around, I know like I'm not just kind of completely missing what I'm trying to look for, that kind of thing. So we analyze in the analyzer. So then we go to analyzer here, throw that in there. That gives us a blueprint. Oxygen cylinder 2, tier 2. Put all of these in here. I love that they mark them properly. Like, that's just like, there's already some quality of life in here that is really good to see with a game that's early like this. There we go. And then so I think the next thing they'll want me to do is upgrade to tier 2 oxygen tank, right? So oxygen volume tier 2. Yeah, see, here's where it's like, you need these to upgrade, but like, so maybe it's just for the upgrader I have to go through and hit up these resources, but it's kind of annoying that I can't just like say upgrade and have it try to craft these things. But I need 2 composites, 1 nanotube, and 1 nanofragment. Okay, so I need 1 nanofragment. I need 1 nanotube. I need 2 composites. And now we could do this. There we go. Alright. Find the fragment with blueprint for level 2 speed in minor alpha 2. And there's minor delta 3. Okay, so we got, and then it's marked a few more things on our list here. Take a look at, which is really nice. Anything else around here? There is one thing over here. Off of that. I love that. I'm wondering if there's a way to like repair some of these things, but I'm guessing the whole point is to just use these as temporary areas and then build your own base. So I don't know if that's the case or not, but it seems like that might be the case. Okay, so all that is recycled as we speak. If I can get into minor alpha 2 here. I can indeed. A lot of stuff damaged in there. Alright, so I gotta go down there. I got all those out of there. That's right near that magnetic anomaly. I don't know what I can do, if I can deal with that yet or not. There. Alright. Managed it. Ah, come on.
Oxygen's low.
Alright, let's go this way. Try to get some oxygen here. Power's not doing great either. But I got some stuff anyway. So there's that. And what else can we grab here? Yeah. Okay. So we got that. Let's go get another hit of oxygen here. The other thing. Yeah, I saw a
Energy
couple
is
other things
running
here.
out. Replace the battery immediately.
Alright. So we got that. You come in here and let's replace the battery as they said. Alright, there we go. Where else? Over here. See, there's some water there too to grab. And then we have to get over to that miner as well, but I'm thinking, let me see what our inventory looks like. We still have some room, but I'm thinking we should probably drop some of this stuff off first. And also possibly recharge our batteries. Boy, so it's hard to get stuff out of the out of those boxes there, and I'm wondering if they intentionally made it that difficult or if it's just kind of an early gameplay sort of bug thing, because it should really, like, when you're interacting with a box or something, it really should stop you from getting pulled into those anomalies. Or at the very least, give you a way to very quick. Like X is not the best key to try to quickly tap to get that stuff out of there. So maybe bind that to a different, by default, bind it to a different key or something. That is locked. Okay. Alright, let's get our, move the stuff out of our resource tanks here and save the things that are useful. And we'll recycle the things that aren't. There we go. Let's go charge these batteries.
Start charging. Start charging.
There.
Start charging. Start charging. Start charging.
I guess they're, for some reason they're being treated as different things, but alright, fine. That's all charging up right now. This guy, I have the auto water refill on. I don't know if it's actually working or not. I'll just do that anyway, just in case. To speed, find a fragment. Did I find the fragment for that? I didn't put it in the recycler by accident, did I? I don't think so. I don't think I grabbed it. It's from Miner Alpha 2 there. Maybe I'll wait for these to recharge. That's a decent distance.
Battery charge.
Cool. And I'll let that other one keep charging. Let's go take a look at these, or grab these. Yeah, I mean there, it's kind of annoying that I can't stay in one place. Be able to grab that. I don't know if I'm managing to grab those or not. There's another gravitational anomaly there.
Low oxygen.
Alright. Yeah, being able to like stabilize yourself so that you can actually collect things in those boxes would be really, really good. So I went right by that, didn't even realize it was right there. Okay, and Miner Delta 3. I'm wondering if I should have upgraded my speed to tier 2 before I went over here. Because it's pretty good distance for our oxygen supply.
Oxygen is low.
Alright, grab that. Improve the oxygen tank. I mean, both of those things will help. It's got a magnetic shield on it. Wrong tool. Okay. Alright, we'll have to figure out what that involves. What else? Yeah, I guess we just gotta go all the way back to whatchamajoosit. Where is... Our Alpha 2 is that way. Okay. Looks like lost my bearings already. Let's come in here, get another splash of oxygen. Oh, our refuge is actually closer. Okay. Let's go there. Slightly closer. Oh, I keep forgetting to go into full screen mode. I apologize, friends. Still have the overlay up there. And I just realized it as I was took a glance up. Whoa, what the hell? Okay. Alright, we got something attacking us.
Low oxygen.
Okay. Oh, we avoided whatever that was. Alright. So we have stuff to analyze. Cylinder T2 is available. Exosuit arm fragment. That has a little icon on it too, say this is to be analyzed, which is good. Looks like the rest of this, well, this can go into the recycler. And the rest can go into storage. There we go. All right. Excellent. Getting a bunch of some good stuff there. Let's transfer everything over we have on us. And then tier 3 Well, movement speed. We want tier 2 new movement speed. So I need one composite and one nanotube. So one nanotube composite, tier 2 speed. Okay, so I need that. So tier 3 oxygen, we need 4 composites. Wow, there's so much stuff here. 4 composites, 6 nanotubes. Nanotubes, what else? 1 nanofragment, 2 vacuum insulators. Oh wow, that takes, oof, okay. I need another cryoglass for that. So then, yeah, see, I don't like, I mean, I get that it's early, but really they should, if you're going to have all these, like, little components floating around, you need to kind of, like, a good quality of life thing is to just be like, I want to craft this. Do I have enough to craft all the intermediate components? Then craft all the intermediate components, you know, or at least from the upgrade screen here, like, let me just click on these to like immediately craft them if I have enough resources to do it. You know, that kind of thing. To craft the 6 that are needed or whatever. So I guess we gotta do energy saving coating and quantum chip first, probably. So I need 1 energy saving coating and 1 quantum chip. That needs a nanotube and an energy saving coating. Okay. And nanotube, quantum chip. All right, and then 2 energy saving coatings. And 2 nanofragment, 6 nanotubes. All right. And do 1 nanofragment. All right. I need 1 composite. Do I have enough to do that? I do. Do the 1 composite, and then the nanofragment. We need one more silver for that. Recycler's still doing its thing, but these are both iron. Okay, so I need to go grab some silver out here. Also, let's put that in there and grab this out of there. Wait, is this not? Yeah, that's fully charged. Okay. A little bit of silver. See if we can find some. Or maybe we'll just straight up find the component that we need. It's iron. Grab it anyway. I don't really need it. I need some silver. I can find some. We gotta do that thing where we try to figure out what silver looks like in this game. Every time you get like another survival crafting game, it's like, okay, what does silver look like in this game? What does copper look like? Hey, outlaw,
Oxygen is
welcome
low.
on in. How are you feeling, sir? How you doing? Crap, where's my... Here it is. See what I mean about getting spun around here? I lose my... lose my way. Alright, good stuff. Now... Can I... find me some silver? Some good old-fashioned silver. Let's see what's over here. Alright, we got the oxygen on that. That is iron. Damn. Yeah, that's a really bad design thing there. Although I think I saw something that we can upgrade to allow us to deal with magnetic anomalies better. So maybe that's what we gotta do before we try to grab those boxes. Feeling okay? Cool. That is really good. That is really, really good to hear. Been awake since 3:30. 3:30 in the morning? Oof. That's rough. I had the problem that I normally have, not normally, that I sometimes have, where I got done last night's stream and I got done like a relatively normal time. But I got done last night's stream and I could not get my brain to stop. I, I eventually managed to get to sleep at like 1:30 in the morning, but like I could not get my brain to just quiet down so I could go to sleep. Luckily, I had off today, so it wasn't that big a deal. But yeah, I like just before stream, I was like, I passed out here in this chair, just from being tired, and then I was like, oh, I don't know if I'm gonna do the stream or not, because it's like I'm having trouble trying to wake up again. Slept too much after a hospital visit and couldn't stay asleep. Yeah, that's. I hear that. But hey, I mean, if you're getting a good quality of sleep, then that's probably a very good thing. Where is my... Where's my home base at? I keep getting turned around here. Minor Alpha, minor Delta. There it is, minor Refuge. Our air back. I don't have any tanks left, do I? Yeah, because I put iron in that one tank. Alright, that might be silver. Is this silver here? Will it tell me if I put my face in it? No, well, it definitely wasn't iron, so I'm gonna guess that was probably silver. Oh, day off was good. Yeah, it wasn't bad. It was nice and restful, which is good. Just kind of sitting here playing games and stuff. went and did what I need to do for the DMV. Like, it took me about an hour to go to the DMV and get all that done, get my picture taken and license, uh, you know, renewed and all that stuff. So that wasn't too bad considering how bad sometimes that can be. So that was good at least. The only problem with that was there was so many people there. Like like for a Friday at like 11 a.m. there was just so many people in there just doing stuff, just getting stuff done. And it was kind of nutso because for whatever reason, I've been to other DMVs and stuff, and most of them will say, like, if you're just here for your photo, you have your photo card, you're just here to just get your picture taken and your license printed out, like you've paid all the dues and everything. Most of them will have like a special line that you just go in, and because you're just there for like the simplest thing, right? For whatever reason, they don't do that here. They did eventually let us buck the line because there's a bunch of us, and go ahead and just like get into another line. But they don't do it immediately. Like, everybody's lined up outside around the building, because the line inside was packed, and nobody just comes out to like talk to people in the line and be like, hey, are you here for like the simplest thing? If so, we can take you right now. Which is kind of a little bit annoying, but because there's been other places where, in the city where it's like you walk into the place, and if you need your photo stuff, you just go to the right and you just stand in the line on the right. Otherwise, everything else you need, you go to the left. And this one doesn't do that for whatever reason. It's kind of silly how they have it laid out. I mean, they have it laid out in a way that they could probably do that. They just don't lay it out properly. They just got a sneaking line as soon as you come in. That's just very strange. But it is what it is. I'm honestly surprised they're still doing this whole real ID rollout, which I thought was going to be required pretty much like years ago, right? In fact, they were supposed to be done. I think the federal government wanted them to be done, the state to be done years ago with this real ID rollout stuff. And there's still tons of people in there still getting it done. And there were people with me who were doing just their updates, their 4-year license renewals, who still didn't want real ID because it's still optional. I'm like, the hell? Like, what was the point of this whole big rollout if most people are still not doing it? I mean, I can understand their reasons for not doing it, because a lot of them just don't. A lot of them have passports, so they don't really need the real ID in order to go around the place. But like, it's required at like government offices and everything at this point, and yeah, I don't know. It's very strange. Yeah, like there's never not a line at the DMV. Yeah, it's. I mean, I was expecting that there'd be something. Although, what's funny about that, and one of the other woman that was in line with me mentioned this too. This place that I went to was a relatively new office that they opened, within the last 6 years or so. And when I went there last time, like 4 years ago, I went, during the week like I did this time, and I went early in the morning, pretty much around the same time I went this time. And I did the real ID stuff because I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna get this done and over with. We'll just, you know, just be done with it. So I had to do like extra, like I had to go and do extra paperwork and all that stuff. And I literally, this was like 4 years ago. I walked in. I was the only one in line. I think there was like one other person in there who was already being served, and I just kind of did my thing, got in, did the whole real ID thing, did the whole updated license and photo ID stuff, and got out of there in like 10 minutes. I'm like, and so it was just like a shock to the system to come back this time around. It was like, and it's just a freaking human morass in there. It's just like it's like so many people packed into that place. So I haven't got any real ID yet. COVID messed that up. Yeah, it's I don't know. It's one of those things. I just figured let me just get it done and over with, and then I don't have to think about it anymore. Whether I end up ever actually using it or not. But yeah, it's a thing. Okay, so I did get some silver along the way here. So that's good to see. So that has a health thing. Ooh. What am I taking damage from? Am I taking damage? I think I was taking damage from something. What was that? Alright. Huh. That's weird. Still got power and stuff. Alright, let's see if I can. So I need to get the blueprint for the magnetic grabber. Magnetic grabber and density non-linear minor delta 3. Okay. So this one over here. I think I need to go grab the, I think I need to do this upgrade first. Before we try to, do anything with that. Alright. Let's clear these out. What do I need for the upgrade here? Need one nanofiber fabric. There we go. There we go. We got tier 3 upgrade on that. We'll put these in the recycler. Let's get our batteries charging again. I'll take that now. Whoops.
Start charging.
There we go. All right. Alright, so I need to do minor delta 3, which is over here. There's also something that was shooting at me too, so I gotta be careful about that. Oh, speaking of. So there's the component I need to grab. Let's get a splash of air here. Alright, now where is this thing at? Over here. Go. If you learned magnetic beam. Okay. So I just have to craft it. Which means we gotta pop our way back over to where we were. Minor refuge down there. I don't think they have a crafting. Yeah, no, their crafting thing's damaged. Okay. I think it missed me again. All right, what do we got? So items. Liquid oxygen, energy cell. What did they want me to craft? Laser cutter, magnetic beam. Alright, magnetic beam is... I need a gravity system? What the hell is a gravity system? What's this? So I need a quantum chip, a vacuum insulator. Did I just say assemble here? No. So I don't, yeah, they need to improve this UI a bit. Yeah, nanotube. I need 3 nanotube. Well, let's do vacuum insulator is this guy. So I need 2 of those, which takes all of this crap. Right. So I need 6 nanotubes. 2 cryoglass, 2 nanofabric. Alright, so I can make 2 of these. And I need a quantum chip, which is 1 nanotube and 1 energy saving coating. I need 3 nanotubes, 2 composites. So 3 nanotubes, 2 composites, and an energy saving coating, which requires more silver. Okay. Okay. And I know what silver kind of sort of looks like. Yeah, here we go. Nope, that's copper. All right. So that is not what I'm looking for. So silver must have been the other crystal that I saw. Must be those crystals. This must be silver then. Nope, that's sapphire. Okay, we're batting 1,000 here. And this is where we kind of need... This is where a lot of games like this would have put a... given you some kind of scanner or something to be like, show me where all the silver is close by and all that stuff. What did I need? What was the other thing I needed? Right, okay, so it's definitely just straight up silver that needs. How's the oxygen in here? Well, we got plenty of water, so I think we're okay. Alright, let's see if I can figure out... Oh, exosuit power drained. Oh, okay, yeah. That's fine. You know what, while we're here...
Start charging.
We got some O2 here. Now we know that this is iron. It's not working. That's simply not working. Try and do that. lucky and it'll just give me some silver from something here. It's iron. And so the premise is you are basically it's a survive in space kind of thing. So you're a survivor of some sort of accident, and you're stuck in we're stuck in the like gravity well of a black hole. As you can kind of see the black hole over there. And because of that, there's all kinds of like anomalies around, gravitational anomalies, but we're also kind of completely stuck in like a temporal anomaly. So we're basically stuck in time, and or we're pulled out of time, I guess. And so we need to figure out how to escape and thrive, basically. So it's a lot like it's there's another game that I played called Astromedica, which is kind of a similar concept. They all kind of come off of a concept of like if you were to take Subnautica and put it in space, kind of. They all sort of take from that from a similar vein. And this one's doing really good. I like it's very very early, and there is some AI art being used here, but again, I can kind of forgive it because it's early, and I believe it's like a solo dev or like a very very small team. So, any odd creatures you're into? So the video that I've seen of the game has some stuff going on. Oh, these have some silver in it. Oh, that's good. Has some stuff going on with creatures and stuff. Like there are drones. Like there was a drone that was shooting at me earlier that you have to deal with. But there's definitely there's a story around something odd going on. I don't know if it's like an odd creature. I don't know if it's an intelligence or if it's just some other like corporate meddling or something like that. I don't really know. These games tend to focus a lot more on the survival plus building aspects of things. So at some point, I imagine I'll be able to build. I think the video had you on like a space motorcycle kind of thing to get around faster, and I don't know if there's a base building or not in this one, but I could imagine them going that way since a lot of these games tend to do that. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at with that. Again, a really really early shot here, so I don't know exactly where they're going with everything. And there's no like date for, early access or anything like that. It just says coming soon. So there's that. But I haven't run into anything yet in the game. This is the first I got. I played a little bit of this. I played like 20 minutes of this off camera just to see what it was like, to see if it was, functional and all that stuff. And then I just started a new game when I fired it up tonight. So that's where we're at. 4 silver. Okay, is that enough to? It is. All right, so now I can make this gravity system. I think it was one of the things they wanted me to do. And they want me to craft magnetic beam and craft a laser cutter. So Oh god, that gravity system was just the one part of it. Same with the laser cutter. Alright, so I need a quantum chip. Just this guy, which needs a composite and 2 energy saving coatings. Only do 1. Because we need more silver for that. Ugh. Yeah, I think they need to, like... I mean, it makes sense that this isn't really balanced right now, but yeah, this is going to be... This is kind of rough. It's kind of rough that I don't know what silver looks like, and I don't know... I don't have a whole big... supply of it around here. Huh. Yeah, because we need another energy saving coating. We need a quantum chip, which itself needs, well, that, okay, so then it's going to need 2 more energy saving coatings even after that, which is going to be a thing. Our recycler's done. Yeah, alright. I think we're pretty much, we're at a point now where we're just kind of stuck. I mean, we have to do some grinding and stuff, but I think I get it. We get a good idea of what this game's about, I think. So yeah, we'll stop here then. Let's go and does this take me back to the main menu? Probably not. But that's all right. We'll go back here. Oh, it did bring me back to the main menu. Nice, nice. Okay, friends. So this has been 14 Overmind. It is by Next Genium, and it is a demo right now, free demo during the Steam Next Fest. So you can go take a look at it for yourself and dig around in and see if you gel with it or not. It just says coming soon as far as any kind of early access or anything like that. So no dates for that. But yeah, in general, it's competent. It's definitely early, but already in the early stages, it has some quality of life stuff in there, but it definitely could use a lot more when it comes to the crafting system, because this is definitely one of those crafting systems where it's like 5,000 components to make one little thing, you know what I mean? Like, that can get really, really ponderous and annoying. And they also need to work on the resource balancing to give you enough resources to do those components. I think having a button to reorient yourself would be helpful when it comes to flying around in space, because a lot of times you just get kind of really turned around. It's nice to just have just a button that just kind of sets you on the 0 Y or sets you on the Y-axis properly, just so you can kind of, you always have some sort of reference point. You know, from there you can just kind of search around for things. But yeah, in general, pretty good right now, I would say. All right, let's go and move on to the next game, which I believe is going to be Luminary. I want to take a look at this. I don't know. I fired it up to get the audio right, and that was about it. So I'm kind of curious to see what this is like. It's got very positive so far, so we'll see. It's an open world co-op action RPG. So let's go grab this, and you're gonna hear some bleep loops on my side as I switch the mouse over to do the overlay. Alright, so Luminary, and And it says Q4 2025? Am I reading that right? Hang on. Oh, okay. I mean, technically we're in Q4 2025, so that's going to be a thing. All right. Q4 2025. I assume it's going to be like an early access probably or something, but don't know. All right, so I've set that one up. All right, let's get over here and get into the correct categories of things. Overmind, Luminary. Let's go put that in the blah 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 in the tags. Save that. Over here we'll go. Luminary, yeah, adventure game RPG. I guess that's the right one. Alrighty then. Let's go and get rolling here. I would say. This up. And see what the audio looks like before I blast your ears out. It'll be okay. Let's see. Yeah. So far, so good. Okay. Cool. Let's get started. This, my friends, is a Luminary. It is by Refractive Entertainment, and it is a free demo right now during the Steam Next Fest going on, and it's scheduled for some sort of release, whether it's early access or full release, Q4 of this year, 2025. This is an action RPG open world sandbox game. I don't know if there's any sandbox in it, but it's an open world action RPG, at least third person from what I've seen, and that's all I know. I haven't played a lick of it, so let's pop on in and let's see what we got here. Apparently there is co-op, but it's disabled in the demo. The options menu is actually pretty well fleshed out. Like, there's audio video options. When I started up, it already had selected 60 FPS with no VSync, which a couple demos have done that right out of the box, which is rather awesome, given the problems I usually have when games start out unlimited and I start drawing. There's an alarm going off at the nuclear reactor plant. Somebody's pushing a button to give you more power, that kind of thing. Motion blur I've turned off. We'll leave the lens flares on, even though they're kind of silly. Volume is fine. Ambient occlusion. Have TSR as the anti-aliasing method. I believe this is all Unreal Engine 5, maybe. I'm not sure. And all this stuff, frame gen is off, so on and so forth. I'll leave the quality preset as high. Maybe. I did not dig into the advanced quality settings, but these all look fine so far. I look forward to the day when I actually understand what most of these things actually do at a coding perspective, right? Like the different global illumination methods and all that stuff. I have a vague idea of what they do, but I don't actually know from a coding perspective what they do. Oh, there's a benchmark too. How about that? Let's hit the benchmark. That do anything? Oh, I guess I tried hitting X for the benchmark. It didn't do anything. Okay, never mind. All right, let's start the demo. The Gathering Veil. In this sacred hall beyond time, countless vessels wait in stillness. Only a chosen soul may ascend. And good luck reading the rest of that. All right, character creation. We can do a giant. Ooh, ooh, oh, okay. It's based on mouse movement. That's not great. Let's do 1 and 3 instead. The giant's identity is carved not by gender but by deeds. Among their towering kin, only strength, resilience, and the ability to endure the isolation of floating lands define worth. Orc. Forged in brutal traditions, Orc society honors strength above all else. Fathers lead through force and legacy, passing down hard-earned powers to those strong enough to seize it. Every Orc bears the weight of generations of conquest. Okay. The Fae. Wild and unpredictable, the Fae dance the rhythms only they can hear, guided by matriarchal lineages of dreamweavers and mystics. Their society bends like rivers, beautiful, untamed, and perilously deep. Oh, I didn't even see that. Class size small, stun resistance low, mana pool high, stamina pool low. Unique bonuses: magical affinity, boost to spellcasting, agility, and avoiding attacks. What do these have? Large, high stun resistance, low mana pool, very high stamina pool, increased strength and damage output, natural resistance to environmental hazards. Yeah, okay. High stun resistance, low mana pool, high stamina pool, strong melee combat abilities, increased damage resistance. Okay. Dwarf. Deep within the stone, dwarves build their legacies. Staunchly traditional and fiercely proud, dwarven society reveres fathers and elder craftsmen whose names are etched into the halls of their mountain homes. They're small, obviously. Very high stun resistance, low mana pool, medium stamina pool. Exceptional craftsmanship, crafting bonus, resistance to knockback and debuffs. Okay. Elves. Ancient and deliberate elven society weaves history, magic, and nature into a seamless whole. Under the wisdom of matriarchs and seer queens, elves pursue perfection not for dominance but for the preservation of what remains. So they're medium, balanced, and enhanced vision, increased perception and detection of hidden objects, proficiency in nature-based abilities. Oh, so they would be good at, like, probably spotting traps and stuff. And then humans. Versatile and determined, humans are builders of both great nations and terrible wars. Their adaptability and ambition have allowed them to survive every cataclysm, forging alliances or empires wherever opportunity calls. Medium, balanced, and quick adaptation to new abilities, balanced combat proficiency. It's kind of typical, I guess. You know what? Let's be an elf. We'll select them. And we'll be an elf lady, because it's a third-person camera, so if I'm going to stare at somebody's ass, it better be a nice ass. So we'll do that. Oh, she's got, oh boy. We got the boob jiggle. We got some boob jiggle here, friends. If you're wondering, this is a boob jiggle game. It is a boob jiggle game. It's not quite as egregious as some games, but you know, I don't like that they've mapped this to the mouse like this, like the zoom in and out and stuff. Like that's kind of weird. So what are we doing here? So gender, okay, female. Select hairstyle. Auroral ringlets. I guess that one. Sure. Select pupil shape. Yeah, we're gonna stick with that because that's the other options are a little bit not my style. Let's give her shimmering blue eyes. Outer iris color. Eyebrow style. I guess we gotta zoom in to see it. Oof. All right. Feminine high angle clean. I guess you can't preview these. I guess we'll go with that. Oh, you can preview them. Okay. Eyebrow color. Let's can we get like a something towards the brown here? Okay. Well, that's is what it is, I guess. About do I get to choose hair color? Ah, here we go. Yeah, I don't want her to be white-haired. How do you make her like have like brownish hair? You know what? Let's give her red hair. Oh god, that's fake red hair. I want the real red hair. I don't want no fake. I don't want no hair dye. I want the real McCoy here. I like my hair color like I like my breasts real. That is orange. How do I make a freaking redhead here? Why is it so hard to make a redhead in a game? I don't understand that. There should be like a preset that's just like ginger. Done. You know what I mean? It's like I'm finding this a lot with games nowadays. It's like it's so freaking hard to like do like a redhead or something. You can do brunettes all day every day, but like man, oh man, it's getting hell to getting hellishly difficult to to enjoy the finer things in life. Oof. Default makeup, pop full. Can we go with no makeup? Is that a thing? Nice. Okay, that's better. That is better. I mean, I don't know why, if you're this great warrior, you would spend time in the morning putting makeup on. When you're going around like getting blood and guts all over you, and you're like, but my foundation is fabulous. Like, okay, sure. Enter name. Can I? How do I enter name? I can only generate a random name. Can I not just enter one? Oh, you're killing me here. Vale drill. Sure, that's terrible. So we'll take that one. It would pass out or would have been here on here. Yeah, no problem. No problem, Premiere. No problem whatsoever. Welcome on in. Okay. WASD, space to jump. Sprint is toggling sprint. That's good. We're getting some frame drops here, though, it feels like, or at least it's a little bit stuttery. I wonder if there's a show FPS option here. Yeah, I don't see one. Alright, we'll see. Music's already good. Like, art's pretty good too. Although this kind of looks like a store-bought asset, but I don't know. Walk up to corrupted way trees and interact with them to turn them back to the light. Okay. Oh yeah, it's a little stuttery. It's a little stuttery. But we'll see how it goes here. Yeah, I think it's struggling a bit. Let's see. Options. What can I do here? Turn lens flares off. And scale quality. Really shouldn't be upscaling anything, but I bet this is one of those things where it's like, you should be turning on frame gen. Like, no. How about not? How about we not do that? I should be able to do TSR though. Because this rig can definitely handle that. Let's do medium. Oh, that's immediately going from high to medium. Now it's buttery smooth. Okay. That was everything right there. All right. And actually, honestly, it kind of looks better on medium. If I'm to be completely honest here. Lock on with tab or with the middle mouse button. Switch lock target. Light attack tap. Heavy attack hold. Shield block hold right. Roll evade is control. Oh, I hate that. We're going to change that right away. I swear these people have never used a keyboard for anything. You never put anything on control anymore. Unless it's something you don't use very frequently. And roll is something you're going to use a lot, probably. Is it that? Oh no, can I not rebind that? Control is swim down. Push to talk is on that one. Sprint to shift. Jump. Pause. I wonder if I... So they must have swim down and roll on the same thing. I wonder if I switch this to that button. I'll just have to remember that when I go swimming. No. It is hard bound to control. Well, that is annoying. Alright. Alright. Another developer that doesn't understand how keyboards work. And yet they're making PC games. Alright. Okay. What do we got here? Stone arrows. Can I just shift click or something? Control click? Does that do it? Nope, just put them all on the ground. Great. Great. Okay. So it's not tab, so inventory is I. Right click gets you out of inventory stuff, which is just really strange. You have to click and drag, which again is really strange. Okay, I got to do that, huh? Can I not, like, equip this as a secondary? No, apparently. Alright, sure. Oh. This, so... That's the one thing I'm already going to ding them on the combat, because when you swing your sword, you jump forward. See how she keeps moving forward like this? That's going to get real annoying real fast. Because that means you have to face everything straight on. You can't just go, like, if something moves out of the way, you're now exposing your back to whatever it is. That's not great. It's not good. It's not good at all. Should be as little movement as possible when you're swinging. Because nobody does this. Nobody leaps forward while they're doing that, you know? See, for the heavy attack, you don't move that much. So, I don't know. We'll see. Use the glider while falling. I see a chest over there. Okay. Trying to jump out. Yeah, it's very janky, the controls. Very, very janky. It's hard to see that too, because it's like, for an action RPG, you need, the very first thing you need to have a good action RPG is you need very tight controls. And this is, I can already tell these controls are not going to be fun to deal with. You know what I mean with the whole, when they make your character jump forward like that, you can't hit anything. Like, you're just showing your back to everything. Also, I just noticed there's a stamina bar, which is another lazy mechanic that we find in a lot of games. When you can't make your game difficult, you just throw a stamina bar in there. Okay, is this gonna do anything? Is there like an enemy here I'm supposed to get rid of? So you basically have to do the lock-on mechanic here or else you'll never hit anything. Which is not fun. Oh good, they have retreating enemies that will constantly get out of your range of fire. And I'm already hurting here too. So what's that? Q? X? It's X. Okay. Okay, and alright, we have that. Well, I mean, we now know why there's boob physics. Hello, my friends. Welcome to my stream of side boob. I hope you enjoy it as much as I do. Okay, so either I couldn't do that because there were goblins still there, or I wasn't facing the right way. Can I zoom in? Can I have an entire screen full of side boob? Yeah. The combat's really not great. It might as well, I mean, it's basically forcing tab targeting. And it might as well be an MMO at that point, because it's like you're just basically standing there and slashing and then blocking and slashing and blocking. There's not a whole lot more to it, it looks like. Now maybe the range stuff is a little bit better, but I kind of doubt it. Let's switch over to ranged. Guess I don't need to do anything with that. Okay, automatically uses them. Let's see if the range feels better. Art, yeah, the art and stuff and the music is great. I mean, the music's repetitive right now, but it's not terrible. It's not really anything particularly special. Like, you think fantasy RPG, this is kind of the music you would probably think of. Hmm. Is there not an easy way to switch between... See, I would expect there to be an easy... Oh, he jumped on my head. I would expect there to be an easy way to switch between ranged and whatchamacallit. I mean, maybe there is a thing to switch between ranged and up close here, because we have a combination of ranged and... Well, that's just great. You have fallen to darkness. No teammates around to raise you. Okay. Oh no, I'm still alive, and I was able to heal myself, so... Sure. Alright. But I fell to darkness, friends. I fell to darkness. Just so everyone's aware. I mean, I don't hold it against it. It's early, obviously, but if you're going for like a, I mean, they said Q4 2025. You might want to revise that by about a year. Alright. I mean, these guys are just basically damage sponges. That's really all they are. Combat just doesn't feel good. It's not even like... There's not much to it. It's... Attack a couple times and then block. Make sure you tab target. And that's about it. Oh, we got a big dude here. Yeah, even that doesn't even feel that good. It's just very, very repetitive. Like it's repeat the same actions over and over and over again. You know what I mean? Like that battle should have felt. First of all, that battle's too early in the game. Number one. And number two, it didn't feel particularly good or epic or anything. It just felt very, very bland. Glide to new lands. So everything's an island here, okay. Is that the end of the demo? Wow. Wow, that was not a good foot forward. Oof. Oof. That was pretty bad. Not only was it really short and didn't really show you a whole lot, what it is showing you is not well put together. Ooh, man, that's rough. That's really rough. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if this is if quarter four 2025 is to be believed from their Steam page, it better be early access, but even then, I'd say it might be too early even for early access. Like it's not, it doesn't feel good. It doesn't, the controls are kind of wonky. You can't rebind the roll and they put it on the worst key they could put it on. They clearly haven't tested it with a keyboard. I think they've probably focused entirely on a controller. And who knows if it's even better with a controller or not. You are kind of forced to lock on in order to not completely miss the enemies entirely. There's no weight to any of the combats. It's very herky jerky. The music is passable but very repetitive. The world is pretty beautiful, but it's very empty. The enemies are just sponges. They don't really. There's no rhyme or reason to why it takes 25 slashes to get at them. And this was just with the basic melee character. You can't switch easily between melee and ranged unless I've missed something entirely, which is very, very possible. You can't actually really die because you just heal yourself. Yeah, I don't know. Like ordinarily I would say yes, the foundation and the bones are here for like an action RPG, but they don't have the foundational stuff correct. At all. Like I can't think of anything foundationally that they've done here that feels good for someone who plays a lot of action RPGs. And maybe maybe it's just a case of the devs need to take a break and go play some really well received, well done action RPGs and just see how they feel. Because this doesn't feel very good at all. From a flow perspective, nothing flows together. It's the almost forced tab targeting is not great. It kind of feels like they played Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom and said, "Hey, we want to do something like that, but then they didn't quite understand what makes those games feel good, what makes them flow, and what makes them like. There's a flow to those games. I mean, yeah, Breath of the Wild, I, you know, it did have its own brand of Zelda jank, right? Where you kind of don't, not everything flows too well. Sometimes some of the combat animations don't flow very well into one another. But it does it well enough that you kind of smooth them over with your brain a little bit. This one is not doing that. Yeah, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. This is I think their hearts might be in the right place, but they don't have they don't quite have the right. They haven't spent enough time on it. Is what it feels like. It feels like this just needs to cook a lot longer, and they really need to focus on the fundamentals, because I think they've got a lot of pop and circumstance here. They've got a lot of visual goodness going on, but they don't have the mechanics down yet. And an action RPG lives and dies by its mechanics. You can get away with a mediocre story, and you can get away with a world that's kind of empty. But you really can't get away with mechanics that don't flow well, or that don't feel good, because it's an action RPG, right? Furthermore, there was no. I don't even know that I would necessarily call it an RPG. I mean, it's kind of baseline, if we're going to call it an RPG, because there was no, from what I could tell, any skill tree or anything. Like, if there was one, it was buried somewhere that I couldn't see it. I don't know. We're splitting hairs as far as calling it an RPG. I mean, this is feeling more like action adventure. But the action, if you're going to do action adventure, the action's got to be good, and it's really not right now. All right. Well, and that demo was incredibly short. Like, I mean, again, maybe you should have waited for a bit before you put anything out, or at least put out a demo that was a little bit, had more than just the one. Or if you're just going to do the one island, put more stuff on the island to actually examine and see, you know. Because from what I could see, it was mostly just empty. I didn't travel off the beaten path too far, because there was nothing compelling to draw me off the beaten path, right? Just like, and I didn't know that it was going to end right after that first island either. You know what I mean? So I thought maybe that was like I thought that was just kind of a tutorial area, and then the next island would be more like, here's what the game's going to be like. But oh well, it is what it is. This, my friends, has been Luminary. It is by Refractive Entertainment, and is a demo right now out during Steam Next Fest, so you can go take a look at for yourselves and make your own assessments based on how you feel with it. Maybe play it with a controller and see how it goes for you. And it's scheduled for some kind of release. I'm going to say probably early access, Q4 of 2025. Even early access would be too early for Q4 of this year, so I would imagine this is if anything, this should probably get pushed back to like another year or two, to just kind of get things really fleshed out better. But there you have it. That's I call it like I see it, friends. I call it like I see it. All right, let's see what is next on our list here. So I could pretty quickly go through Down with the Ship. I mean, that's like 30 minutes and you pretty much get the idea of that, but we'll see. I might hold off on that till tomorrow, maybe. I would like to jump into Astro Botanica, but it's going to be more in line with what we've already done today, with open world survival craft stuff. I'm trying to keep a variety of things, so we might hold on to that for tomorrow as well. What else do we got here? So I can jump into Heroes of Might and Magic Olden Era. I've played a little bit of it, and for people who like Heroes of Might and Magic, they might like this. Guilds of Greybrook is a card-based game. I haven't really gotten too deep into that, so I don't know how far that goes. I also Valorborn is another action RPG. Well, it's an open, yeah, it's an action RPG. But it's from like a top-down sort of isometric view. So that's going to be interesting. I think I want to play a little bit of that myself first before I do it on stream, because there were comments about the interface being a bit unwieldy on that, so we'll see. What else? Oh, Lessaria is another one. You know what? Let's do Lessaria and see how this goes. Because I know that Heroes of Might and Magic Olden Era is pretty darn good. Because I've played a little bit of it. I played 41 minutes of it, so I know that's pretty good. But this one I haven't. I have literally 1 minute, which means I just went into the menu and did the options. So it's got very positive. So let's try this one out and see how it is. It's an RTS, so RTS is kind of it's I have to be in the right mood for an RTS, but let's see how this goes. Lessaria. It is Lessaria. Lessaria. Yep. Okay. Rock B team PO. Is that Polden? POLDEN? Publishing, and it's coming out in just a few days on October 20th. Alright, so we'll save that. Back over here. And let's get the let's get into the right category. Lessaria. Put a tag for that here. Save that. And over here. I guess that's Lessaria Fantasy Kingdom Sim. Is that the right one? Yeah, check out the full game, Lessaria Fantasy. Okay. into that category. Cool. Okay. We'll pop back over here and get this fired up. I don't know if I fixed the audio on this or not. I think I did, but let's... go.
Heroes of Lessaria, defenders of light, justice, and everlasting freedom.
And very terrible encoding, video encoding.
With the dragon of death. Now, awake.
And so is the audience.
And you, my noble champions,
Oof.
are the only hope of peace and
We have only the blockiest of encoding for our videos.
For the crown, for the people, for the future, for the children, and the money. Let's skip the bedtime story now, Your Majesty. What's the pay?
Yeah, right. And let's not forget it's a dragon. Big teeth, big fire, big problem.
And how about all the charms, wards, resurrection feast? Well, none of it's free. What you gonna do?
And by the way, the price of holy water these days. Woof.
Oh, yes. Enough! What are you all babbling about? I am your king, and this is an order! An order!
Shall I polish my armor? And what information then?
Such a memory voice. It gave me goosebumps. Look.
Oh, surely you remember the rules, Your Majesty. You can't just order heroes. You must request and compensate.
RTS my ass. You're damn right, brother. That's how we roll here. To Lessaria! To Lessaria!
Well, welcome to Lessaria, Your Majesty.
Okay. It's an interesting opening there. Let's get the volume down a little bit more, because that was kind of loud. Alright, graphics quality, high fidelity. That's what I want to see in my graphics. High fidelity. That's it. That's the only graphical option. There are some Twitch settings I don't even. Let's just put it that way. Alright, let us begin. Let's see what this is all about. With that video encoding, I am kind of concerned that this is like some kind of mobile, upscaled mobile game, but we'll find out. Campaign and survival. Campaign? The threat of the forest, the witch's domain, and storm in the borderlands. Alright, well, start from the beginning. The threat of the forest. Your Highness, the dwellers of the rocky thicket. Rocky thicket. That is a T there. Beg for your old. Beg for your aid. Man, oh man, I do not have dyslexia, but this font is giving me dyslexia. Holy crap! This is the worst font I've ever seen in my life. Your Highness, the dwellers of the rocky thicket beg for your aid. Forest beasts attack in broad daylight. And there's no space between the exclamation point and the next thing. Great. The locals claim to have seen spiders. Her Majesty the Queen, your mother, bids you, as her heir and as the defender of Lessaria, to journey there and protect her loyal subjects. Let me not pretend this is a mere errand. It is a test, but also an opportunity to prove yourself worthy of your title and to show the people they are indeed under the crown's protection. Whew. All right. I don't even think, even if I put my glasses on, I don't think I'd be able to read that any faster because that is, wow, that is terrible. Rebuild the rocky thicket to protect the settlement from wild beasts. Find the cause of the attacks on the settlement. That is a K. That looks like an H to me, but that is apparently a K because otherwise, Alax does not make any sense. All right, we'll stick with medium difficulty. Oof. Oh, see, now I can read this. Why didn't you use this font? Jesus.
We have arrived, Your Highness. Mayhaps this village does not quite match your standards, but even a backwater such as this may yet become worthy of a prince. Order the construction of a lumber mill, a swift and reliable way to replenish the treasury.
We need more Vespine gas. All right, sure. Lumber mill. So it is a straight up RTS. I was wondering how far they were, how close to an RTS it was going to be. It's straight up an RTS.
Your Highness, you may focus your attention on any building or tax collector to improve their efficiency. Alas, the effect is but temporary.
Royal decree for the workers to work harder. Oh. Okay.
Hail, Your Highness. I represent the Sisterhood of Rangers. I'm certain our presence will prove essential in these woods. Once the Ranger Guild is built, the finest scouts in the realm shall answer your call.
The voice acting's not bad. Guilds. It's the Rangers Guild.
Select the guild, my lord. In it, you may summon heroes and unlock their skills, as well as a range of additional services for them. Summon at least 2 rangers. They will scout the nearby lands for you.
All right, 2 rangers. All right. How do I know? Oh, I see. There's a little bar underneath them. Okay. They automatically go out and scout. Oh, they're just grabbing that treasure chest already. Cool. So it's my understanding you don't actually get to control your forces directly. They go off and do things, which is what I found interesting concept about this.
Your hero has reached a new level. Heroes earn bonus experience for accomplishing preferred actions. Rangers, for instance, level up faster when scouting. Take note of the hero panel. It displays information about their equipment, parameters, and traits.
Graphics newbie. Okay, they leveled up. Alright. Do I get to do anything because they leveled up?
Your heroes act on their own, my lord. But for the right reward, they'll take on any task you offer. To create a task quickly, hold Alt and click on the target. Here you can see how heroes react to a task. The greater the reward, the more eager they are to take it on.
Destroy the ret layer. Sure. Alright, we'll do that. For 100 gold.
Your Highness, our growing settlement is in need of houses. Without them, we cannot construct production buildings or recruit heroes. And most importantly, the more buildings we raise, the more levies flow into the treasury.
Okay. So force, that was 4 population for that gold. King's influence. Alright. I got spiders coming in. Okay, they automatically repaired that, which is good. Oh, they scout all the way up there, huh? Get some more scouts, some more rangers going here. Alright, so how do I know how many like resources I have for attack task, danger, heroes will avoid, construction menu. She's going after bears. Okay. You have fun with that. Oh, I should be looking at my current task. I need to construct another peasant house. Oh, I didn't notice it wanted me to do 2. I thought it just wanted 1.
Your Highness, a large pack of wolves has been sighted near the settlement. I suggest ordering the construction of more guilds and hiring additional heroes to bolster our defenses.
Okay.
Your Highness, I speak on behalf of the Order of Knights. If you seek brave defenders and skilled warriors, order the construction of a barracks, and we shall stand beneath your banners. Knights are natural protectors, ever ready to patrol the surroundings and support their fellow heroes. They will willingly take on defense tasks, even for a modest reward.
All right. So 2 knights. We have there. Okay.
Good health to you, Your Highness. The Guild of Shadows offers you a hand. Discreet, but most helpful. I know you to be a man of vision, willing to support us in return. Construct the slums in your settlement, and our skilled rogues will take to the streets.
Okay. Thieves' Den. Them over here.
Thieves are effective against individual targets and quite affordable to hire. However, do keep in mind, my lord, they will steal gold from both peasants and fellow heroes. Now, hire 2 thieves.
Okay.
Your Highness, a pack of wolves is approaching, and it's larger than we expected. I recommend constructing several towers with ballistas to defend the settlement.
Okay, fortifications, ballista tower. Go.
Your Highness, order the castle to be upgraded. This will bring more builders, guards, and tax collectors, and unlock the services of a court mage.
Sorvin Iron Knight has passed away. The hell did he do? He got killed just on a regular patrol here? What the hell?
Ready for battle.
Your Majesty, our building has been upgraded.
There you go.
The castle has been upgraded, Your Highness. A court mage has now joined us. You may begin using his spells. For now, the selection is limited, but in time, he shall be able to study new and more powerful ones. It's clobbering time.
Build a blacksmith.
Your Highness,
Okay.
taxes are levied not only from every building in the settlement, but also from store purchases. I suggest ordering the construction of a forge. Heroes will be able to purchase new armor and weapons, and the treasury shall be enriched with gold.
Okay. Blacksmith over here. Did we lose both thieves and
In
another?
this menu, you can see equipment items that you can add to the forge's assortment for heroes to purchase. Keep in mind that each hero class uses different gear.
Against arrows, my final
The The Magic Shop offers healing potions and artifacts that heroes rely on in battle. Build a magic shop.
Go. I need to get 2 more thieves again. And I lost both of my... Oh, I lost a knight. And I lost a ranger as well. Crazy. They're just dropping like flies. Ring my precious, okay.
Your Majesty, new armor is available. Your Highness,
Right.
besides wood, there are other resources, stone and iron. Their extraction will replenish our treasury. Build a stone cutter camp next to the stone deposit.
Okay. But in the meantime, we've got...
Your Highness, new potions have appeared for sale. The blacksmith supplies new weapons, Your Majesty.
My accuracy.
Your Highness, a vast horde of beasts is approaching your settlement. Prepare to repel the attack. Create a defense task for the city. Your Highness, new magical items have been put up for sale.
I defend.
Weapons are available in the forge.
Here we go.
Excellent! We have repelled the wolf pack. And yet, what could have roused these wolves? They do not usually attack first. My liege, the merchant shop has been filled with new goods.
We got more
Your
spiders
Highness,
down here.
This panel shows the current danger level in the region and the time remaining before the next attack on the settlement. To reduce the threat, destroy the monster lairs.
Okay.
My lord, a supply caravan is heading to the castle. The road may be dangerous. See that it arrives safely. Good thing we've fortified our defenses, Your Highness. Hunters have reported a nest of giant spiders nearby. Create a scouting task in the specified area, and the rangers shall locate it. Ah, yes, heroes do more than scouting. They fight monsters, defend the city. Simply create a task, set a reward, and they'll take it. Unless they're too busy swilling ale at the tavern.
Okay. Great task for heroes. Yes, I am aware. And do that. And I should probably get some more knights here and things going. Still got some time on it. Alright, they are destroying that, which is good. I have lightning strike and stuff. I wonder if I can do. It's not. I was wondering if I could strike one of those things there. There we go. A little bit. Rebuild another ballista tower here. Those fortifications back up a little bit. Very good.
Your Highness, the Rangers have discovered a nest of spider eggs. Create an attack task and destroy this foul lair.
Alright. Attack that.
Your Highness, fortune smiles upon us. A company of seasoned adventurers happen to pass through our town and stop to rest and resupply. They may well take an interest in your tasks.
Go. Alright, they're taking this out. Which is very good.
At first, I pitied them. These regs sought merely to give them a fright. My patience has now reached its end.
None of that was what's on the screen. Well, well, look who's come calling, a pitiful prince and his pompous advisor. Oh, how long I've waited for this moment. You should not have trespassed into my domain.
Hag! I knew dark sorcery was behind all this. Your Highness, unless she is dealt with, the settlement shall not stand for long.
I'd like to create an attack task on her, but it will not allow me. There we go. Very, very difficult to...
Winter is coming, but I'm ready.
Some of these tasks, it's very difficult to get them to actually
I am here to serve.
To actually stick to the thing that you want them to do.
I could do this all day.
All this free time. Maybe I'll start a band of misfits.
Come on. Fresh wave of enemies arriving.
What would Aragorn do?
What would Aragorn do? Okay. Slow down there.
Ready for action.
She's just like wrecking my face here. Because we got her plus all these other goddamn things attacking at the same time.
Sleep soundly for now, sweet prince. Soon, very soon, you shall bitterly regret ever crossing my path.
My lord, we have won this battle. Yet the cursed hag slipped away. We must find her before she unleashes another beastly assault upon the realm. There is no time to waste.
Alright. So we got victory. Kind of. Alright, I see what they're going for here. Yeah, I see what they're on about when it comes to this. It's interesting. It's interesting that you don't have direct control over your units, but you basically set up tasks for them to do, which I can get behind that idea. First of all, the task setting is really, really difficult. Like it's really difficult to get them to actually stick to what you need them to stick to, especially when you want them to attack something that's moving. So that's one big issue there. The other thing is I guess, I mean, you make these buildings to do like stone and wood and all that stuff, but I assume that all those resources are needed for the actual construction of stuff, but you don't actually see those numbers anywhere. It's more about bringing gold in, which I guess makes sense if gold is really the only resource you need. So I don't know how those kind of work right now. And it does feel like, at least on the medium difficulty, it does feel like maybe it's a little too chaotic with stuff going on and replenishing and stuff, replenishing your forces and things like that. But that is kind of how RTSs tend to go, so I can't fault it for that. I think that's just kind of how someone who rarely plays RTSs, that kind of feels like that's par for the course. Yeah, I mean, everything's solid. Like the voice acting's okay, the art's fine. I mean, there's, like I said, beyond the difficulty I was having setting tasks and stuff, I mean, that just feels like a bug that they just need to fix more than anything else. The menuing was all okay, for the most part, although, icons and stuff can get a little bit can kind of mush together a little bit after a while. Yeah, I don't really have anything necessarily bad to say about it. I think it's pretty competent at what it's doing. It's kind of based on the Majesty, on a game called Majesty, which I never played, so I don't know how faithful or not it is to that. And I don't know, it seems fine. Like, there's nothing here that would make me say, yes, I must absolutely play this game. But then again, I don't do a lot of RTS games, so I wouldn't necessarily be in the crowd that would like this anyway. But having said that, there's nothing here that would necessarily preclude me from enjoying the game. It's just that I wouldn't necessarily seek out a game like this. So, yeah, and this hasn't really... I was intrigued by the idea that you don't have control over your forces. That's kind of what drew me in. And the implementation of that's okay. Like, I'm fine with it. Although it did seem kind of weird that, like, the only way I could really get heroes to do anything was to pay 500 gold all the time, which seemed a bit excessive. So, I mean, there's that. But yeah, I mean, it's fine. That's about all I can really say, friends. It's fine. It's competent at what it's doing, and there's definitely some fun to be had here if you're more attuned to this type of gameplay than I am. So yeah, there's that. This is also version 0.11, so I'm guessing the fact that they're coming out on the 20th is probably going to become like an early access thing, because they're not even version 1.0 here, so I don't know. But I mean, there's a lot here to be seen, so there's that. But yeah, that is Lessaria. It is by Rockbee Team and published by Polden Publishing. It is a demo right now, during free demo out during the Steam Next Fest, and it's scheduled for some kind of release, probably early access, I imagine, on the 20th of October, so only a few days away. So you can go check it out and play some more of it and see how it fleshes out, see how you like it, and form your own opinions on it. But that will do it for me for tonight, my friends. It's getting pretty late, and I think I'm done. We'll do some more demos tomorrow, and even more demos probably, maybe, we'll see, on Sunday. We'll see if we do demos on Sunday or if I do just No Man's Sky. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, that is it then, my friends. That does it for me for tonight. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. Hope if you happen to run across this on the YouTubes and you have a like and or a subscribe that you can toss my way, that would be really awesome as well. It helps out tremendously, and I appreciate it greatly. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. I hope everyone has an excellent morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on what it is for you. And I hope to see you back here again in the future for some more stuff, whatever happens to suit your fancy. Until then, see you, bye.
Phrasing?